Welcome back to No Shortcuts YouTube channel. My name is Anthony Brumell, and today I want to get into how to tell if someone is for you or not. And this conversation came about a conversation me and my daughter had a few weeks ago, and we were just talking about her friends and excuse me, things that she can do to tell if her friends that she is around really have her best interest in mind. And it kind of made me think that, see that, a lot of adults still deal with this. So I wanted to bring it to this channel. And without further ado, let's get into it. So, how to determine if the people around you are people that are there for you for your best interest or not. So, let's look at the first one. Um, if you are able to talk to that person that you consider your friend with ease, meaning that the talks are very easy when it comes to expressing yourself and talking about things that's not simple things like talking about sports or gossip or anything like that, but when you really get down to expressing how you feel deep down inside, about relationships, about life, about how you feel, the way things are going, and things that really intimate with you and things that are very important to you, and you have this ease and energy and flow that you can really express it with that person with no problems, that's a good sign that that person is for you. On the other side of that, if you have a hard time talking to this person because you feel that they're going to judge you, or a lot of times you can just feel it in your body. The conversation becomes hard. Your words become misconstrued and it doesn't come out right. You have a hard time talking about things and you start forgetting things. It's almost like your body is shutting down, your mind is shutting down because it does not want you to have that conversation with that person. But on the other hand, if you have that conversation with somebody and you can do it with ease, I mean, it's like you're flowing and everything comes out with no problem. There's a good chance that that person that you're talking to is somebody that is there for your benefit and you can feel it um, in your body and the way you are able to express yourself with ease. Another way to tell if somebody is there for you for your benefit or not is they're able to tell you the truth even if it hurts them or it makes either one of you embarrassed. So, an example of this, and this is real simple, but um, it's not as common as you think, where you have somebody in your life and they're able to, just say for an example, just say you had a rough day or whatever could happen, and just say you're not smelling your best. You've been working outside, or just say you ate something and they're like, your body's kicking. That's normally not you. And they'll pull you to the side and be like, hey, before you go up in here, you might want to get a mint or you might want to do this before you come back or do this. Or let me pull you to the side here, eat this piece of gum without embarrassing you. And they feel comfortable telling you something like that instead of letting you go around being like a dragon and just burning everything up. They're more concerned about you not being embarrassed. And even if it's uncomfortable, they're willing to tell you the truth. And that's a big thing because there are a lot of people, you got friends right now or people that you know and you like, man, that person breath is kicking, and you would be like, I wonder if anybody ever told them, and you never told them either, because it's a hard thing to do. So another sign of somebody that's really supportive of you and who may have your back, they're willing to tell you the tough thing, even if it comes down to embarrassment. The next one is a real good one, and these aren't in any particular order, but it's a person who will defend you when you are not around. People like these are golden, man. You have somebody like this in your life. Please don't lose them and please don't take advantage of you. Please don't take advantage of them because a person like that, um, you know, rarely do you see people like that. But if you have somebody like that in your life who are willing to defend you, meaning that, somebody comes to them with some kind of gossip or some kind of information or something that they heard about you, and that person, like, they're not having it. As a matter of fact, that person not only will defend you, but other people won't even come to that person talking about you because they know they might catch some smoke and they know they're going to get it. And, so they eliminate all that type of gossip and stuff about you with this person. Because a lot of times we'll have friends or people that we consider our friends, and you'd be surprised how many times somebody come around them and talk about you and they don't defend you because they like the gossip, they like the information, and a lot of times they want to believe some of that stuff because it's some form of hidden jealousy. So the next one is kind of similar to the last one, but a person that will not withhold information from you. Just like we talk about somebody defending your honor and who you are when you're not around, this person also will, if somebody come around them, not only talking negative about you, but just mentioning you and talking about you in general, they'll make sure that they share that information. They don't hold on to that information for their own benefit and for their own entertainment. They'll express to you that, hey, so and so came and they was talking about you. It wasn't nothing bad, but I really didn't care about it. Or so and so mentioned you in a situation and stuff like that. And so I just think you need to know because they brought your name up. If you don't have people around you, or that the people that you have around you aren't willing to share that information and do this type of stuff, then that's another person. If that person have that characteristic, they're not there for your benefit. So another thing in line with that is that if somebody did bring them information, it kind of goes right in line with it. That person will also come and hear your side of the story. So I know I went through a situation years ago where had a falling out with somebody, and obviously that person went and ran around um, and just talked negative about the whole situation, and it wasn't true, but they end up talking about that situation to somebody who I considered a friend. And, one of the things that I didn't appreciate was that friend took that information and kind of formed an opinion and got on board with that information without even coming back or getting back with me. And later on, they come to find out that information that story that they bought and believed at the time, it wasn't even true. But it was amazing to me that somebody that I thought knew me and had a lot of experience with in life, that somebody on the outside of our relationship could have came and tell them something and they went right with it without even talking to me about it or getting my side of the story. And so if you have somebody like that in your life who are willing to just run with the first story that somebody else brought to them, and they're supposed to be a close friend of yours, that person is not for you. That person is around you, but a lot of times people are around you because they want to imitate you and they're jealous of you. And so they hang on to you so they can have something to use as a guide for them to live their lives. But they're probably jealous of you. And when that opportunity presented itself with something negative, they couldn't find anything negative, but they ran right with that story because they were looking for something like that all along. So that's another thing. That person, somebody can present information to them and they won't come to you before finding out the truth about a story about you. There's a good chance that that person is not there for your benefit. Another thing that you can look at to determine if a person is for you or not, and this is real simple, if their mannerisms change when other people are around. And so, you guys can have a cool relationship and talk, and, you laugh at each other's jokes, and they find you to be an appealing person. And soon as others come around, all of a sudden, the stuff that you say is not funny anymore. They look at you like you're crazy or look at you like they don't know what you're talking about. There's a good chance that that person has presented you guys' relationship different when those other people who come around, which has led to them treating you different in the presence of others. You don't want to deal with anybody who treats you better in private and then when other people come around in public, they look at you and treat you totally different, and you can feel it. You can feel it. You can tell in their vibe. But look at their mannerisms and see how they pretend to act different around other people when other people are around. So here's another one. We're going through this list talking about how to determine if somebody that you have in your life is for you or not. And like I said, it doesn't matter who this is. This can be a family member, it can be a spouse, it can be somebody you know a long time that you consider a friend. These things are designed for you to just not to necessarily cut people off or discard them, but put them in a proper position in your life where you don't put them up too high and feel like that person is going to have your back when something hit the fan or we go through something different in your life or something come about when there's a change and you're looking for that person to depend on to be a soldier or somebody that's on your side, and you come to find out you don't want to get hurt and realize that that person is not. So another one of these things that you can tell is that person will not give you a genuine that person will not give you a genuine compliment, meaning that when they give you a compliment, it's never like a realistic response. It's more one of a sarcasm. Like um I had a friend that he would always tell me that he knew he was having problems with his girlfriend because she would never give him a genuine compliment. Like he would be able to dress nice and look well, and he knew he looked well, but she could never give him an honest compliment. Like it would always be like a side hand compliment where she would change her voice and be like, "Oh, you look, you know, oh, where you going?" or this and this. It would never be a straight up genuine compliment from the heart, like, "Oh, this really fits you. I like that color on you. You look so neat in this. You look, you look this way. You look that way." Um, that person can't give you a genuine compliment. And once again, we're not saying that these people are bad. I'm just telling you to keep your eye out on them because when the opportunity presents themselves, they may not be that person that you think they are, and they'll switch up on you. But being able to give a genuine compliment with ease is a good sign that that person is for you if they're able to do that. So another thing that goes right in line with that, there a person that's for you is willing to give you a compliment and give you credit publicly. Like I've been around people, man, a lot of people in my time where I've helped them out, and I'm not a person that seeks credit, but I've been around a lot of people where I've really benefit them. And just say, for an example, say you're working on a project with somebody and you really help them. I mean, they're calling you to get your advice on this, and they're taking your advice, and you're moving a lot behind the scenes. And when they go public with whatever they're doing and doing a great job, they'll never give you credit. They'll even give credit to people who didn't even help them, but they have a hard time giving you credit. A person like that um is probably using you and probably putting you in keeping you in a position where they can kind of have you to themselves. They don't want to give you a compliment. A lot of times they may be jealous of you or intimidated by you, where they feel that you can do what they're doing. So they'll come and get your advice from you, and they'll deal with you. And this is not all the time, but a lot of times they'll do stuff like this in private, and you can help them out. And but when it comes to public appreciation or giving you credit for the results of their success, they'll have a hard time doing it. So watch out for people like that and know where to put them. So here's another thing to determine if a person is for you, and this is real simple. And it can be complex, but I think it's simple. It's a person who supports you for who you are, meaning that any kind of changes and stuff that you are making in your life, they're not judging you and they really support you. So just say for an example, you got a friend that's real cool and you tell them that, hey, I want to stop drinking, I want to stop eating pork, I want to stop excuse me, I want to stop smoking or whatever the case may be. And that person start coming to you with suggestions in support of what you're saying and what you're doing. Like you want to go on a diet, and that person say, that's cool. I'm glad you're doing the diet. Hey, I saw this right here in the magazine, or you can start doing this. This worked for me. Somebody coming to you with support of what you want to do. But be careful of people that you tell them that you want to be on a diet, and then all of a sudden they want to start taking you out to eat. They want to cook you food. They want to do things that um, they know is in opposite of what you're trying to do. And a lot of times, this can be people pretending like they didn't understand or didn't hear what you were saying. They'll go out of their way to try to go against. You say you want to stop drinking, and that's something that you and that person do, and they might feel that you're leaving them behind and they don't have nobody to go out and do this stuff with. So they will go out of their way to try to find ways to kind of get you back into that and not, support you in your choice and your decision, even if it's going to leave them behind. So be very careful of people like that who really don't support um, the things that you want to do in your life. Another thing that you can look at too, and I thank you for staying with this video. Please like and subscribe um, to this channel as we continue to work and look at things that'll benefit us on an individual basis that allow us to be accountable in our lives and improve our not only our reality but the world around us and accomplish some of the things that we want to do in our life. But another thing that you can look at too is somebody who laugh at your failures, meaning that and I'm not talking about something that you guys are laughing at together. I'm talking about a situation where you literally something happened to you that's bad, and even though you're over it, when they first hear it, that initial response, if it's some sort of laughter or if it's some sort of smile, and you got to be careful, just look at them and see how they respond to it real quick, because there's always that instantaneous response that you will get, and then the human body kind of kicks in and like, oh, I forgot I'm supposed to be their friend, so they'll laugh or smirk real quick, and then they'll ask you how you doing and I hope everything is okay. But when you get that instantaneous laughter and kind of like happiness or some kind of failure or something happened to you or you had some issues that you had to deal with, it's a good chance that yeah, that person might be around you, but they may not be the friend you think they are. Here's another thing that you can look at to tell if a person that's around you is for you or not is I call them a topper. This person competes with you. Any success that you had in your life or you've had in your life, just say you got a job promotion, you got a new car, you went on vacation, you went shopping somewhere, you went out to eat somewhere, and you give them this experience that you had, they always try to top it. They'll find a way to say, you went to this place and I had a nice ribeye steak, and all of a sudden they start talking about this place that they went that was better than you, or they went to this same place and had a better experience than you. You can tell them about anything that you've done, and they'll find a way to try to top it. Be careful with people like that, because even though they might be nice to you and they may benefit you from time to time, but they kind of have some jealousy of you. And when the opportunity presents itself, and if they're real jealous, they can try to block your blessings or block interactions with other people that you may need and things that might be for your benefit. They might hide certain stuff from you because they're competing with you. Even though they're good, you consider that person a good associate, that person is competing with you. And when people compete with you, they're always trying to win. And a lot of times they don't want you to win. So be very careful of that. So let's kind of wrap some of this stuff up. There's a lot of stuff that we talked about in this video. You can go back and replay it and look at them because I think they're very important. One of the last thing as a bonus that I really want to talk about real quick is if you want to determine, um, and I would do this with my clients when it comes to training and just understanding people. If if you want to determine if the person around you is for you or not, put their actions on a scale. Just say you had a scale with love on one side and fear on the other. And I actually got this from Tupac years ago that I heard in an interview. If you have a person that have demonstrated that their love for you is greater than their fear, that person is for you. But if that person have a higher fear of things versus their love for you, there's a good chance when the opportunity hits the fan or there's some kind of situation that they're fear of, even if it's a fear of being um, losing you, a fear of you doing better than them, a fear of you looking better than them, whatever the case may be, that fear, if that fear is greater than the love they have for you, there's a good chance that that person not going to be for your benefit. And an easy, quick example of this is this. So just say you had a fear of snakes. Like snakes really, even when you watch them on TV, it gets under your skin. You don't like them. It just hearing the word bothers you, right? And you don't like to have nothing to do with snakes. So because of your fear, you don't deal with them. But say that that snake or a snake was had the opportunity to strike your child, there's a good chance that you will overcome that fear immediately and protect your child. Why? Because your love for your child or that child is greater than your fear of the snake. And because of that, you're going to do what's best for that child no matter what. And that's the same example that you can look at when it comes to understanding what I mean when I talk about love versus fear. If you find people that's in your life that's really fearful, have more fear in their life towards you versus the love they have towards you, it's unbalanced on the side of fear, and that's not a person that you want in your life. But on the very opposite, if you got somebody that love you, that's around you, that's a friend, a spouse, a family member, whatever, and no matter what, no fear will interfere how much they love you, that's a person that you have in your life, and respect that person. Don't take advantage of them. Know how to treat them and keep them around and take care of them as much as they take care of you. I thank you for watching this video and sticking around to the end. Again, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Please take care and peace.